Season 3. Real Talk with Sergeant Cerrone.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Don't forget we got celebrity news.
We got it.
Sports.
We got that too.
Oh, don't forget politics.
Oh, we trying to get sued? Nah, we talking about that too.
Your one-stop shop for everything entertainment.
So sit back, relax,
and enjoy the show.
What is going on, and welcome to Straight Up Real Talk. I know it's been a while, but we are back. We are happy. We are healthy. We are here. What is going on, Cerrone?
I am doing well. I'm doing well today. Well, this week has been a lot. But I am here by the grace of God.
Now, when you say here, where is here? Or
right now, I'm in South Florida.
South Florida? Okay.
Yes, Miami, South Florida. That's where I'm right now. I'm not in Jersey right now, so I'm just in Florida right now, handling some business. But the show must go on.
Wait, what is the Golden Girl thing? Miami is nice, so I say it thrice. You probably don't know that's a Golden Girl thing. So don't say like you haven't watched the Golden Girl stuff.
I recently started watching Golden Girls, so it's been yeah, but they're very witty though in Golden Girls.
Yeah, definitely classics out here. Classics. I don't care who you are, like you're gonna watch them and you're gonna crack up. That's period.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's just get into it because it's been a couple of weeks. This is a different day than what we're normally on. People are used to us coming on Wednesdays. Going forward for the rest of the season, we're going to be on Saturdays. It just helps our schedule. And so I know sometimes a lot of you guys are not even in on Saturdays. You guys are out drinking, kikiing, laughing, showing a little leg out there, dipping it and doing it. And so we know that, most of you guys are going to watch the show after the fact, but that's still fine. That's still good. But hopefully you guys will be able to tune in going forward on Saturdays and drop down in the comments or send us a DM and let us know, like, what's a good day and time that works for you? Not saying that we're going to be able to do it because our schedules, but at least we would know, like next season or going forward, like what's the date and times for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. Let's do that and we can go from that. All right. So just as a reminder, thank you all for subscribing to us. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. We really do appreciate everything that you've been doing for us so far. And just an admin note, you all know I'm a United States Army, a recruiter. So if you're looking to change your life, just reach out to me in the DM and we'll talk and we'll go from there. All right. So this week, the Oscars are coming up. And I do know that who I want to win is not going to win at all. That girl from the Oppenheimer. No, is it Oppenheimer? Devine Joy. The one that's been sweeping the awards scene for supporting actress.
Is she a black woman?
Yeah. She's a heavy set. Isn't it Oppenheimer?
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She won the BAFTA. She won the Golden Globe. She won the SAG.
Isn't that the lady from The Color Purple also nominated? What's her name? The one who played Sophia?
Yeah. Danielle Brooks.
Danielle Brooks. Yeah. She's also nominated. I can't believe it's already been a year since Angela Bassett got snubbed. That's crazy. That's been a year.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like that was a year ago, sitting waiting, and they called Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep. But they gave her an honorary Oscar.
Yeah, we had that one. We found out how everyone felt about that honorary Oscar. That BS. No, let me not call her Oscar BS because she deserves it anyway.
But she didn't deserve it that way.
Not that way, exactly. She deserved it for 2 movies, and they snubbed her.
Yeah, she did. But we'll see how it goes.
There are a lot of Oscar parties going on now. I've been seeing them online. All the celebrities are showing up in their fashions, right? So it would be interesting to see next week maybe we should do what do you call it? When
Or
they like rate like what everyone wore, like what the guys and women wore. We should do
oh yes,
like
definitely, definitely.
a Oscar fashion edition.
Yes. Oscar fashion edition to see
Exactly.
how it goes.
And
Yeah,
get the
to
people
see
in the chat to like
who.
chime in like who their favorites are and who they like and who they
Mhm.
did. Like that would be interesting. That could be fun.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, we can definitely do that. That is something I think would be very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Very interesting. So, but hopefully some breakout winners, people that we didn't expect, will actually win. So we'll
Yeah.
definitely see how that goes.
We'll see. We will
Yeah.
see. All right. So what's
Yeah.
going on, sir? What are we talking about today?
So we can't ignore what's been going on in the world right now, and we're going to talk about politics real quick. Um, 45 is back in the news.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, he won the allegedly, well, for right now, won the Republican primary. So, excuse me,
Bless you.
won the Republican primary. So it's going to be a Biden versus Trump again. So
Hmm.
we'll see how that
Interesting.
works out. I hope he doesn't win.
Interesting.
My personal
Listen,
view,
I've,
but
I've said this before, and I said it, and I say it again. I gotta watch what I say before our show gets shadow banned. I would vote for a 2-year-old before I vote for 45. I don't care. The other person could be in a casket, and I will still vote for that person.
exactly.
It just is what it is over here. I don't care. It could be a freaking monkey, a dog, a cat, a rat.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
so
but
that's all I'm saying
we'll
about
see.
that.
We'll
Yeah,
see. People just need
that's
to
all.
get out and vote
Get out and
because
vote.
we
Like
cannot
you
afford.
can't yeah, you can't complain about it after the fact. Like, oh, I can't believe. Oh, I don't know what happened. Because
Hmm.
I'm just telling people now, friends too. I go in on people who vote a certain way and then complain about it after the fact, or don't vote and then complain about it. I go in on it. Like I legit go in on them. So I'm just warning
I
all my
agree.
friends now. Like so. All right, moving right along.
I agree because you can't be talking about that. Oh, it's bad, but you're not
You
doing
didn't get
anything
out and
about
vote.
it.
Yeah, you didn't get up and vote. Like
Exactly.
be quiet. Be quiet.
Exactly. You didn't get out and vote. So, but hopefully, I don't know. I just want for that for 45 not to be present again.
I just
Yeah.
want him to go to
But
prison and leave it
anyway,
alone.
it's
But anyway,
about
that's
to be a
another story.
matchup.
Yeah.
Yes, it's about to be a matchup. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, people get out and vote, and not just his side. Get out and vote.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much. All right,
yeah.
let's pivot.
So what's going on with this daylight saving time thing?
Tomorrow we are springing ahead, everybody. Remember, spring ahead, fall back. So we will be losing an hour. And so
Hmm.
I believe it takes place at 2 o'clock in the morning. And so everyone's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So wake up. So like for me, I don't wake up with an alarm clock. My body just naturally wakes up around 6:30. And so now
Mm-hmm.
I'm realizing that I may have to use an alarm clock for a little while till my body adjusts because now I'm going to be waking up at like 7:30, 7:38. And so I got to be careful.
Is that too late for you?
That's way too late for me.
Okay.
Yeah, like I can't sleep past
Mm.
7:30. I can't sleep past 7:30. Like I physically can't
Oh,
sleep past 7:30. I have to get up.
okay.
Some people
Because
they
if not,
sleep till
somebody's gonna wake
9,
you up.
10, like that whole 9, 10, 11 o'clock. And I'm gonna be honest. I could go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. I will wake up at 7 o'clock, 7:30.
Mm. I
I can't.
understand.
I've never been able to sleep like I can't do that. Like people could sleep 10, 11 o'clock. I can't do it. I've never been able to do that ever in my life,
Mm.
unless
I
I'm sick.
understand.
Sick, different story. But I
For
can't
me,
like
I
sleep
can
10.
sleep late, but
Yeah.
it just depends if I'm really tired or if I don't
Mhm.
have work that day, then I can sleep really
Yeah.
late. But if I know
Yeah.
I have work, my brain is going to tell me like, "You have work, get up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I
that's
should
how we
also
work.
say though that, but I also go to bed. Like everybody knows it's a joke, but it's true. I go to bed at 9:15 every night, and so if I'm going to bed at 9:15 and I'm asleep by 10, it makes sense that I get up at that time,
It makes sense, but that's early
right?
though.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why I get up early because I don't sleep late because I'm not going to bed 1, 2 o'clock in the morning like some people do. Like I can't do that.
That sounds like me.
I go to bed. See, I go to bed early. Like by the time my kid goes to sleep, I'm exhausted. I'm going
Hmm.
to bed. He's going to bed and I'm going to bed. Like I'm done. It's a wrap. And
Wow.
people think it's a joke when I tell them I go to bed 9:15. I'm dead serious. 9:15, I'm going to bed every day,
Like you're knocked out?
even on the weekends. I mean, I should say I go to my bed at 9:15. I'm asleep by
Hmm.
10 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, it's a
Okay,
wrap. Yeah,
because it takes some time for the body to actually wind down.
exactly. Exactly. And like I don't watch TV in my room. Like when I go to bed, I go to bed. So there's a TV in my room, but I never watch TV in my bed because there was a study
Okay.
out that said that if you if you are just in your bed and you're not going to sleep, you lose the comfort factor of your bed. And
Okay.
so they say when you go to bed, you should go to bed. And so if you're the type of person who likes to go to your room and but likes to just like lounge for a little bit, they suggest getting like a chair, a comfortable chair or something, and lounge in the chair until you're actually ready to go to bed.
It's interesting. I think I might actually try that because it
And
takes a
so
while for me to like wind down.
yeah, and see that's it. You shouldn't do it in your bed. And I should say I've been doing this since maybe 2015. I stopped watching TV. Of course, if I'm sick, different story. But
Hmm.
if I'm okay, like I haven't watched TV in the bed since 2015. And
Interesting.
I'm able to go to sleep. Usually I'm able to just go to sleep because I'm when I get in bed, I have that comfortable comfort factor and I just like I'm out.
Hmm.
Try it. Try it. It
I
was a
will.
study. And it was a study I read years ago. And I actually have a lot of family members doing it. And a lot of family members, they don't watch TV in their bedrooms
That's gonna be a hard one.
anymore. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. Or you can just sit in a chair or something. Like get a recliner, like get something where you're just like comfortable in your room.
Okay. Okay.
Try
Okay.
it. But anyway, but yeah, so it's daylight savings time on the weekend. I'm ready for them to do away with the whole daylight saving time. I think we talked about this before when it
Hmm.
went I believe when it went back that I'm one of the people who has that like seasonal depression because it's cold, it gets dark early, and I'm
Hmm.
just not feeling it. And it takes me at least a month for my body to adjust.
Okay.
And so when it springs ahead, which is now, I'm in a much better place. Like the sun is, the sun is out, it's still bright, 5, 6, 7, in the summertime, it can stay light to like 8, 9 o'clock. And so I
Hmm.
would just leave it, spring ahead and leave it. Like, let's just end the whole switching going back and forth. I don't like it.
So just keep it at that one. No more daylight saving time. Just keep it as is.
Yes. Yeah. And I believe there's one state and I want to say, it's maybe Indiana who don't observe it like at all.
Really?
They don't. It's only literally one state in the in the country, and I can't. Don't quote me. I think it's Indiana, but there's only one state that doesn't observe daylight savings like, at all.
I'm actually after this. I'm gonna do some research and find out which one it is.
Yeah, and
I'm
a
gonna do that.
lot of states actually put it up to be voted upon to like end it, but it
Hmm.
never quite makes it through the chamber or wherever it needs to go to like come up to be voted on. It's like always dead
Because
in the water.
nobody cares about it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, nobody cares about it. And even yeah,
Exactly.
let me not even go
Exactly.
there.
And so,
But yeah,
change those clocks tonight.
yeah, most definitely. Well, my phone and watch would automatically do it,
True.
so I'm not
True.
worried about it.
True.
I'm not worried about, but I think it'll be a pretty good thing. I do like this because it's gonna be the sun is gonna be out when I get off of work, and it's about to be summertime.
That's the thing too. That's the part I don't like about it because I mean, I pretty much work remote, but when I was in the
Hmm.
office, you work all day and then you get out and it's dark, right? And so it just feels like it feels like your day's over. Like I worked all day and the day's over. Now I got to go home and just like not do anything because it's dark outside, right? And so
Exactly. And you don't have the energy to do anything either.
exactly, it's dark. And so when you get out and it's 5 o'clock and the sun is still shining for another 2, 3 hours, you just feel different. Like, y'all, let me go out and spend money. Let me go out and do some stuff. And so they need to end that
Hmm.
BS. That's BS. That's
Okay.
BS.
Well, we're gonna see how it all works out and if they actually do change anything.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that we're talking about daylight saving time? How do you think about ending a friendship?
I
Mm-hmm.
was just, I think I was just talking to somebody about this. Hell, I think I was talking to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I was thinking about it. And it's funny too, because I don't have, fortunately for me, like I have all my friends, like my friends are my friends, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
have any that I want to end. But I was just sitting back. I think I saw something on TV, and it was like a friendship coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, in my mind, I was like, how would I end a friendship? Right? Because I'm like, when you're kids, you could just run around and be like, I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't be your friend either, right? That's just it. But when you're adult, right, it's like, and you've been friends with somebody for a while, but like sometimes, and I say this, and I've always said it. Anybody knows me, I always say this, like people people come into your life for a reason and they exit for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always a bad thing. People always think when you're not friends with somebody or when you are out of a relationship, it's always a bad thing. People are in and out of your life for a reason. People are reasons and seasons, right? Some of them are with you for more seasons than more seasons
True.
than other. And but everybody who come into your life is for a reason. And a lot of times when when you've got that reason and you no longer need whatever it was that they came into your life for, sometimes you just gradually start growing apart. But people always think that's a bad thing. I honestly don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's better to grow apart, acknowledge that you've grown apart, and be like, okay, we was cool, we can keep in contact, check on each other every now and then, but we don't. Some people force that weird relationship, and you be looking at people like, why are y'all friends? It's because they shouldn't be friends anymore. But people think because we've
Mm-hmm.
been friends for 20 years, we have to stay friends. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like a dysfunctional friendship. It's like you're friends, but you don't really get along anymore, and you kind of like not feeling each other. But for the sake of we've been friends for 20 years, we're gonna stay friends. It just doesn't make any sense to me. People come and go. You don't have to turn it into a bad thing. You can still check on them, how you doing, and get a drink every now and then. But it's okay to grow apart and form or have like a different type of friendship with the person, right? You don't have to be besties or we're gonna go out for cocktail. You don't have to do it. You don't have to.
I
You don't
agree.
have
I agree. Because sometimes and I'm speaking for myself, sometimes I feel like I have to always continue to be a friend. Even sometimes when I don't feel like doing anything, like we don't have anything in common. The only reason why we call each other friends because we've been through a special moment years ago. So we have
yeah,
that bond. So we think that we always have to be the friend,
yeah,
but sometimes you're just like, I don't like, we've kind of like grown apart. You're like still stuck in what you're doing. And I'm
yeah,
at another level in my life, not anything to shade the person, but we're
yeah,
not at the same level playing field anymore,
yeah.
you
But
know?
that's the other thing too. A real friend, like I have a friend who we could not talk for a full year, like not a word, not a peep. When we finally do talk, it's no like, well, you ain't saying nothing to me and I ain't saying nothing to you, or your fingers broke. There's none of that. Like, hey, what's going on? What you been up to? It's almost like nothing. That is because like we both know the type of friendship we have, right? It's we don't have to call each other every day. We don't have to call each other every month. But I know that's my friend. And so it's not
Correct.
this weirdness where like I'm not that needy friend that you have to call like every day I'm not that friend. You don't have to call me every day. You don't have to text me every day. I'm not gonna feel a type of way about it. If you don't want to hang out on a regular, I'm I meet people wherever they at. Whatever you're good with is whatever I'm good with. As long as it's beneficial to both of us, and I'm not feeling like
Mhm.
used or anything, I can go with the flow with the friendship. We don't need to force it. A lot of people force
I
these
agree.
friendships. I'll be looking like, why are y'all friends? It doesn't make any sense, right? And so people need to.
But how do you feel though when you are in a relationship with this person, but the f- you still want to keep the friendship part of this intimate relationship, but not the intimate part? How oftentimes that's a hard thing to do.
The only way that's going to work. The only way that's going to work is you have to break up, give each other time to get over that physical relationship part, and then come back to being friends. I've seen people do it and be friends and not do that, but it's very rare because there's always somebody who didn't want to break up or
Mm,
be friends, and you think, oh well, we friends, so I can tell you that I had sex with blah 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 last night, not knowing this other person sitting over here feeling type of way about it, right? But because you say we friends, the other person is not smart enough to know that's not something that you
mhm.
should be saying, right? Like, you got to stop and think. And so let me say they're not smart enough, because if you agree to be friends, but you still have to think that it's always a person in a relationship when you break up who is not as keen as breaking up as the other person. It just is.
Correct.
And so you have to think about that when you go forward and say, oh, we can be friends, and then you start like, oh, we friends, so I'm going to tell you everything. Nah, you still can't. Which is why I say it's always easier to go apart for 6 months or so,
Yeah,
come back,
I I agree.
find out where you both are, and then build a friendship.
Yeah,
But to
but
do it,
I would say that for the intimate relationship, I think it's always important for you to. It's better to have like a good foundation as a friend before you start building with the intimate relationship. So if and when the relationship should fizzle out, at at least at the core you all
mhm,
are actually like legitimate friends.
mhm,
Some people say, hey, once we're no longer talking, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want no friendship. I
yep,
don't want nothing. Because if I
yep,
can't be in a relationship with you, why am I going to be friends with you?
yep,
Why? Because then now at some point in time, old feelings might actually resurface.
yeah. But see, but you also have to be careful about that too, right? Because I've seen it where you get together as friends and you build this solid friendship, and you go to the movies and you do all of these great things together, but you're in a relationship and the relationship ends and it doesn't quite work out in the relationship, and it ended a certain way where you're not friends. So it almost like you're losing two people. You're losing
Mm,
a relationship part, your partner, but you're also losing this best friend that you've cultivated, right? Because now you don't have this person to go to the movies with. Who are you calling like every day? Who are you know what I mean? Like, who are we going out to eat? You know what I mean? So it's like you're losing two people. And a lot of people don't think about that when a relationship ends and a person was like really your real like a friend. Like, I've seen it where you like real friends in a relationship, but it doesn't work out, and you're devastated because, again, I've lost my best friend and the lover part. It's
might as
hard.
well just might as well just be friends and don't even like try to do the
That's not
relationship
happening.
part.
That's not happening though. That's not gonna happen. It wouldn't be life. Listen, life is about growing, learning, loving. Heartbreak. It's just
Mhm.
life. It's just life.
'Cause I've been told before, like, look, I would love to be, you know, do something with you, but I can't afford to put the friendship. Excuse me. I
Bless
can't
you.
afford to potentially put our friendship on the line. I'm like, okay,
I always think that's a cop out.
respect.
that's a cop out to me.
I think
It's
so.
like, because at some point, it's like sometimes you have to just do it, like, because you never know who your forever is, right? You just don't know. It could be the person who you sit next to every day, just like laughing.
That's
Now you
true.
think like you never know who your forever is, and so just to sit back and say, "Oh, I would never do that because it would ruin a friendship." You could be like that. Could have been your forever person, but
Mm-hmm.
you're like stuck in this. Oh well, I don't want to lose a friendship. You could be losing the love of your life. I would rather lose a friend than to lose the love of
That
my
too.
potential love of my life. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't think that when they're not thinking friends come and go, honestly, but the love of your life. And I
Mm-hmm.
always say this, even if people always think that you end up with the love of your life, that's not necessarily true. People always think, "Oh, the love of my life." Like, no, 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 no.
Really?
Sometimes, sometimes the love of your life you don't end up with, but that's just the person that
Mm.
knew you the best. You had this connection that you'll never find again. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the love of your life doesn't even have to be romantic, a romantic person. It could be a really good friend that you just click with on some level where no one else gets. And so, and this is just
Hmm.
my opinion.
Interesting.
This is my opinion about it. I don't think that you necessarily have to end up with the love of your life. I don't think you do. Because think about it. You're with the
Okay.
love of your
Okay.
life. Something happens to the love of your life. They go up and meet Jesus. You remarry again. Is that also the love of your life? You see what I'm going with? You see what I'm saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
this is why I say you don't necessarily end up with the love of your life. That doesn't mean you can't go on and find other people. You're just not going to have that.
Okay.
Okay, real
Okay.
real quick though, because this is off topic, but this is something thinking about this. Thing. Think about
Uh-huh.
you're in a relationship. You're married
Mm-hmm.
for 10 years. You're married for 10 years. Partner meets an untimely demise. You're devastated. You move on. You remarry, right? You're with that person to the end of
Mm-hmm.
time at this point. When you move on, who are you laying next to? Like who like who are you buried with? You know what I mean? This is the type of stuff I think about. I'm like, who like how
You're
would
talking
you
about you're going to be with the current person, not the person that has gone home to glory.
yes, what I'm saying, like when is your time? Who are you buried next to? Do you do a plot with like three of you? Like who think about it because it's not like you divorced. They unfortunately passed on, but you loved them to death. But you moved on and now you remarried. But who like
You know what? Go ahead. If one person, God forbid, dies and marry another person, and at that point in time, that person is the love of my life, and God forbid they die, hey, put all four headstones side by side. Just know that I didn't kill them.
think about this. Think about when you go to heaven. Everybody say it's a heaven, whatever, you believe what you want to believe. Who you up there
Mhm.
with? You up there with your
All four of them,
you all up there together because no one
all
divorced.
up there,
So
intertangled and mingled and
one
everything.
one happy family in heaven.
Hmm.
Okay, that was
Yes,
off topic.
indeed.
Okay, no, that's just us having a
Indeed.
little
But
fun.
but
But
that's actually a good point though. That's really a good point. And speaking of that, we're going to jump right into um, do you match energy? We're talking about friendships and everything, but we're talking about matching of energy in friendship. How much should one party give for the next? Because sometimes one party might give a 60%, one might give 40, some might give 80, some might give 20. Like, what is the real or the correct dynamics for friendship, for a platonic friendship, and for those that are in a relationship with someone who they consider their friend? Because I
so
know that if you give if you end up giving too much of yourself away, you're going to
Yeah.
lose yourself, you know? And if you give too little, you're going to feel like the other person is giving and giving and giving. And ultimately, they're going to back off. And before you know it, that person is just going to just disappear. But sometimes you're like super busy, but that
Yeah.
person can really figure out that you want to reach out, you want to call, but look, I can't be on the phone with you all day, every day, texting you all day, every day. I can't be spending 5 hours on the phone with you. Like, life is life, you know? So, but yeah, how do you match energy? Or how do you consider when you talk about matching your energy?
First of all, I loathe the term matching energy. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. If
Why?
if I need to match someone's energy, I don't need to be around them. I'm not here to match your energy. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm here to be a friend. If I'm focused on matching your energy, that means I feel like you aren't giving me what I expect as a friend or person I'm in a relationship with or whatever. We don't need to be together. It makes me it makes me crazy when people say, "Well, I'm just gonna match their energy." It's already a negative thing, right? You shouldn't be matching someone's energy. Like it
You should give
you
yourself authentically.
Yes, then that's the whole thing. If you're matching their energy, you are not being authentic. You're not being who you are because you're so busy matching them because you clearly feel like they aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing in relation to you. Tell them.
Mm,
Don't bring yourself, because essentially what you're doing is you're bringing yourself down to meet them at their level, right? You're not being
sure.
yourself. And so if I'm somebody and I see you and I see you treating them a certain way, like you're both treating each other a certain way, and I'm looking at both of you sideways, but really that's not you, but you're matching their energy. I don't want to mess with neither one of y'all because I'm like, what type of friendship is this over here?
It's
Right?
like if
And
I don't do it, I'm not going to. You do it, I'm not going to do it. So it's
that's what I'm saying. So this whole notion about matching energy, no, you tell them what you expect, right? And this is the whole thing, right? You can tell someone what you expect from them. They don't have to give it to you.
true.
They don't
They
have, and
don't.
so if I say, listen, if I say, Saron, listen, as my friend, I need you to call me twice a week. We need to FaceTime, and I need to go out for drinks every couple of weeks, right? I can say that. You can be like, all right, I can do that, cool. Or you can be like, nah, that's a little bit too much for me. Like, I can't do all of that, right? And so then it's up to
Hmm.
me, like, okay, well, that's what I expect as a friend. And if you can't do that, then we just don't have to be that type of friend. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
both sides are in it, like, together to be able to determine how the relationship is going to flow, right? You both on equal ground. And so, again, you just have to find I always, like, for instance, in relationships, I always say this about relationships, right?
Hmm.
There's nobody, you're not going to find the perfect person, doesn't exist, but you can find the perfect person for you.
Correct.
And that's what I say about friends, right? You can find friends who fit you. Like my friends who I have, they know me. They know they're gonna call me 3, 4, 5, 6, 1,000 times before I answer the phone. Right? They know that. They know. They know They know I can cancel plans in a heartbeat. I just can. Like, and it's literally sometimes just life, and but they know that. But they know that, but they just know that I'm still a good person, and I'm not that friend that they need to talk to every day. They have other friends for that. I'm not that friend that they, want to hang out with. I'm not that friend, right? I'm that
So
friend they can call.
every friend
Serves a purpose.
has serves a purpose.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have the one that is for the turn up. You have
Exactly.
the one who is for the therapy. You know what? This is going to be great. This is how you do it. You have the friend who's going to tell you like it that you are effing up.
Exactly.
You know, like
Exactly.
stop crying. You
Yes.
know, so every
Exactly.
friend has their
Had-
has their purpose.
Yes. Exactly. And so you just have to find, you have to put that friend. If you're going to continue being their friends, then they just have to be in a certain box. I can
Hmm.
call Serge for this. I will call Sarone for this. And then you have a friend who's just your friend who's everything. right? You always have that
And
one friend
that
that's,
they say is the best friend.
yes, exactly, who you can call 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning. They're gonna answer the phone like, "Why the f you calling me? Stop playing with me. What's going on? Oh, you need me?" And they're gonna jump out their bed. Whereas you call me 2 o'clock, I'm gonna open my eyes and be like, "You don't lost your damn mind," and go back to sleep.
But then you're not being a good friend. Then they would say you're like a part-time friend.
But they know, but I already put up expectations. What I say is,
Mm.
I tell you in advance. Oh, I show you what you're getting from me. I'm not changing because again, I'm not going to be authentic because I'm going to be annoyed if I'm answering your call every 2 seconds. I'm going to be annoyed. I'm
But
like,
what if it was in the reverse now, and the person they were doing that to you, like
what you mean?
how you you are how they would want to call you for stuff, but now you're calling them, but they're not picking up the phone for you, and they're only picking up the phone within certain hours of the day.
But see that, but this is the thing too. I I'm kind of good at reading people,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I know out of my friend group who I could consider friends, who I could call anytime and they'll pick up. Like I have a
Okay.
friend who I ain't calling them because I know they're like me, they ain't answering the phone. I call them, right? I call them, they won't answer, and they text me 2 seconds later, "Hey, what's up?" Right? Like, like, but I
I'm
know
like, you
this.
need to pick up the phone.
Yeah, but I know this, and so I text them. I don't call them. I text them because I know I'm going to get a response, and I know that they don't like. I know they don't like talking to them. The only thing about being a friend is finding out, paying attention to your friends' likes and dislikes. Like
Mm,
I'm not
true.
mad if a friend doesn't like to talk on the phone. I don't like talking on the phone either. I'd rather text. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mad that if a friend don't want to go clubbing because I don't want to do it either. I'll do it every now and then with you for your birthday or something, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to find out the likes and dislikes of your friends, and I don't want to say cater to them, but trying to be understanding about them, because you can't, just because you want to do something and somebody's your friend, that don't mean they want to do it. They should be obligated to do it because we besties. You know what
True.
I mean? And so you just have to, that's why I say you have to meet people where they are, not match their energy.
Mm.
that's
Okay.
a that's
Meet
a
them where
different
you are.
thing. That's a different thing. Meeting somebody where they are and matching their energy are two different things. I always tell people, meet
Mm.
me where I am. Like, I'm not upset. I'm not upset if you give me what I'm not upset if you give me if you're not
What you're
giving.
given.
Yeah, I'm not upset about it, right? But also you're not
Mhm.
matching my energy because that's not you, right?
Okay.
Take that energy and give it to someone else. I'm not hurt by it. You see what I'm saying? I'm
Okay.
not I'm not hurt by that.
And also, when you do that, there's no one's feelings are going to be hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no one
And so
feels
we
going
need
to
to
be
I
hurt.
think we need to rest that matching energy. It already has like this negative tone to it anyway.
Hmm.
When you say I'm gonna match
Okay.
your energy, it's almost like, yeah, I don't like it. The minute somebody tells me I'm matching your energy, I'm like, no, you're not, because we done. Like, it was a wrap.
Hmm.
Because I know you feel some type of way about me somehow, and so I don't want you matching my energy. That's whack.
And typically, when people say I'm matching your energy, because they feel something in that, like they're giving. They're calling, they're texting, they're reaching out to you, but it's not been reciprocated to them. So it's, you know what? Okay, so you're doing want to match your energy. You're only giving me 50. I'm going to give you 50, and go from there.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, yeah. But again, I don't think that's a good idea.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I just don't think
Yeah.
that whole matching of energies to me isn't a good idea. Just like, take that energy and focus it somewhere else, right? And
Hmm.
you meet that friend where they are. Like, if you want me to call you every 2 weeks, I can do that. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? So, and people are going through stuff, right? Sometimes people just go through life, and sometimes you don't know about it. But why you not answering my call? What you doing? No, 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 no. In the meantime, they over there have a nervous breakdown, and you yelling at them because they're not picking up the phone because you want to talk gossip about this person. Like, stop.
I agree. Kofi said, I think the matching of who they are is what they create, the knowledge of whom among your friends you can do with that. So I definitely agree uh, with that. Thanks, Kofi, for chiming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I could agree
Yeah,
with
because
that.
I know sometimes, to be quite honest, sometimes I have so much going on,
Yeah,
and I do have my moments where I don't want to talk to anyone. Like
yeah.
I legitimately don't want to talk to anyone. And when someone say that, oh, you're not, I'm going to match you. Sometimes I feel like I have to force myself to
Mhm,
communicate with people,
mhm.
especially if I'm not in that mindset
Yeah,
to communicate with people. Sometimes I just want to just,
yeah,
and I'm not depressed or anything.
yeah,
I just want to just go home, take my clothes off, take a
yeah.
shower, lay down, and
And you
just
know
do
what's funny?
absolutely nothing but just watch TV, just watch Family Feud.
Yeah. And what's funny, I noticed that about you. Like I noticed that about you when we started doing the podcast. But and it was funny because I'm not funny in a way like ha ha. In my mind, I was just like, you are similar to me in that regard. Like when the season,
Hmm.
like when we weren't doing the show for that long period of time, we didn't talk that much. But it wasn't because of nothing, right? You were doing stuff, I was doing stuff. And then when we came back together to do the show, it was like, hey, let's get you know what I mean? But there was no, oh, you don't call me, I don't call you. That you
Exactly.
know what I mean? It was not that weird stuff because
Hmm.
I already knew for you, like I've noticed you sometimes like you will shut off. Not off in a
Hmm.
bad way. It's like for the weekend, you will shut off. Right?
I
It's like
would.
you will. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone. And I
Yeah.
know this. So I'm not gonna be like, hey Sarone. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm leaving Sarone alone. Like I get it,
Yeah.
right? And so
Yeah.
you
And
have
don't
to
get me
also
wrong,
find
the phone will ring and I answer the phone, but I'm like, hello.
hello,
Yeah, I'm
hey,
good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I'm saying, because sometimes I just like my peace and quiet, you know?
I
And I
I
think
get it.
like, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
get it because I am that way. It, I'm the type of person I can't even force myself to talk. Like I, I'm not like I can get in a state where my mom could literally be calling me and I would just look at the phone like I physically cannot.
For that one, I won't do that.
I can't. But she again, but she knows this. She knows this. Like she like if it's an emergency, like she knows. She'll leave me. Like if it's an emergency, like if she calls me and I don't answer, if she needs me, she'll text
She
me like,
call you
"Hey,
again.
call." She'd be like, "Hey, call me," and I'm like, "Oh God, like what happened?" Right? But she knows. Like most of my friends or family, they know. Like I'm not the person. I'm not. I yeah. I can't. I'm not a caller. Well, I'm not a talker. Like I'm not a talker on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah. And so let's stop with the matching of the energy, people. No
Okay.
more matching
Okay.
energy.
All right. We're going to switch topics. Yes. Yeah. Why is Chris Brown allegedly has to owe Popeyes $2 million?
If
Like,
I'm not
is he
mistaken,
want like that amount of chicken?
first of all, Chris Brown is worth $50 million. He can afford as much chicken as he wants. But apparently, back in I believe in 2018, he and some investors bought two Popeyes locations, but they never paid the loans on them.
Mm-hmm.
First of all,
Oh.
I don't know why they were loans to begin with. But let me get out of Chris Brown pocket. Um, and so they never
Mm-hmm.
paid the $2 million loan. Exactly, coffee. It was a business venture that went wrong. And so Ron, I like Chris Brown. I think he,
Oh, interesting.
think he I think they need to like get off his back from what happened years ago with Rihanna.
Okay.
Hell, she forgave him and went back to him. So why are we still like giving him a hard time? However, like this, like considering what's going on
Mm-hmm.
with Chris Brown, how he knows like nobody wants to like F with him. I wish he would do better with avoiding this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm-hmm.
wish he would do better with like having like any
Mm-hmm.
negative talk behind his name because that's just keeping fuel to the fire. See, Chris Brown, see, he's no good and blah 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 blah. And so I wish he would
Mm-hmm.
just focus and keep his name out. of the news when it's something like a bad. Because it seems like that's the only thing you ever hear with Chris Brown is something negative.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And so that's just not helping his situation with
okay.
him being blackballed.
Mm,
Chris Brown paid that little
okay.
$2 million.
Kofi said it was a business venture that
Yeah,
went wrong.
pay that little
Okay.
$2 million
All right.
and keep it moving. Like, keep your name
He
out the
has
news.
more than $2 million that he can like $2 million, like $2 to him. That's
Although,
that's
although
pocket money for him.
in his defense, it said him and business partner. So it could be he put up a certain amount and they put up a certain amount. But because Chris Brown is who he is, they're coming after Chris Brown. And Chris Brown is like, no, screw that. We did this together. I'm not coming out of my pocket with all this money by myself. And so it depends.
That's true because once you have the name, they're gonna go off the name
Mhm.
for publicity. Publicity.
Exactly. So it
Okay.
just
Yeah, because
depends
just
on
like a
how.
few years, what is it? Yeah, just like what is it? I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago. Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffle in Atlanta wasn't doing so well, and then
That
come to
was
find
that
out
was
it
her son.
was, I believe, the son.
Her son.
Was that?
Her son. Her son.
Oh, yeah, it was her son that was doing embezzlement, but
Yeah.
then they didn't say the son; they say Gladys Knight because she
Exactly.
was
Everyone thinks.
the big
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. That's also what happened with
It was
I think her name was Miss Robbie. She Tina
yes.
Turner's backup
Mm-hmm.
singer. She had the I can't Sweetie
Mm-hmm.
Pies. And her son, who's now in prison for doing what he did to the
Yes, Sweetie
nephew.
Pies.
Yeah, he was doing the same, he was doing the same thing. Like being shady behind the scenes, ruining her business. He was
Yes, he
shady.
did.
Yeah, he was shady anyway, so. Mm. And so
It did. It sure did.
but Chris Brown, like, dude,
Uh,
do the right thing.
yeah.
Like, keep your name
Yeah,
out
he
of the
was.
eye.
He was.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to switch it up. I'm gonna go to a what? Mhm.
Wait, repeat what you just said.
Yes, he needs to keep his nose clean. He needs to
I
keep
think
it.
you're freezing.
I think a little bit of technical difficulties. I said I think we're having a little bit of a technical difficulties on our part. You know, internet
Wait, I
decides
think,
that it's going to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it.
okay. I think you're back. I can see you.
I'm back. I'm
Yep,
back.
you're
I'm
back.
back. I'm back. Okay. Question for you, Serge. Uh,
So,
what would you do if you found a bag containing a large amount of cash? Let's say $10 million.
$10 million. Where did I find it?
Mm, let's say you parked your nice automobile um,
Mm-hmm.
at Target.
Mm-hmm. And it
Yeah,
was
and
just
you
in the
went to
bag.
go, just a bag just sitting there in front of your door, like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't pushed off to the side where you would
Yeah.
open your door to walk in. You're like, what is this
Mm-hmm.
bag doing literally at the entrance of my car door? Like,
Yeah.
what would you do with it?
Okay. So I'm not the most religious person, but isn't there a saying, the Lord don't make no mistakes?
You
Okay.
sure don't.
Then that's it. Then we ain't got nothing else to talk about. That's it.
He sure don't make no mistakes.
We ain't got listen, I didn't make that up. That's what they said. The Lord don't make no mistakes. How many it would only be the Lord that for you to be able to find that
Literally
same.
just put it right there.
That's what I'm saying. And so I'm not giving it back. I'm gonna be honest. The only way that I would even consider giving money back like that is if like $10 million though. Like,
Yes.
first of all, in my mind, if it's $10 million and it's in a bag, you were doing something shady anyway. Like, you don't even need the money. Like, you were doing something shady to get the money. Like, an average person isn't gonna walk around with $10 million in a bag, right? And so to me, you like if I had $10 million, I'm not losing it, and so clearly you didn't need it. So yeah, yeah, my conscience just went out the window.
They're like all mine.
If I find a purse, if I find a lady's purse and it has cash or money and cards in it, I'm absolutely giving it back, not touching it or something like that. Or
That's
if I
true. Just
found a
take the
wallet,
police department and have them say, "Hey, I found this."
if I find a wallet, I'm giving it back. Like stuff like that, I'm giving back. But just like cash,
Cash.
I ain't giving that back. Like, no, for what? Give it first of all, give it to who? I'm gonna give it to the cops and they crooked ass is gonna take it. So, you know what I
But
mean?
okay, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate
Wait,
here now.
hold on. I take that back because I said crooked. All cops are not crooked. Okay, now let's move on.
Okay, thanks
Yeah,
for that. But I'm
I
I'm
need
gonna
to clear that.
play devil's advocate here. But what if you take that $10 million now and 8 years go by and then say, "Hey, I was told that somebody said that they said that you found $10 million 8 years ago. That was my money that was mistakenly put in front of the wrong car."
Okay. So, one thing. First of all, I would never tell anybody I found $10 million, so no one would ever come to me. First of all, I'm from New York. I'm not stupid. When you do something, you keep your mouth shut. You don't tell anybody. You don't even tell your
Exactly.
mom. You don't even tell your mother. You tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell anybody because of how you got it.
Mhm.
Because of one person, if you tell one person and they tell somebody, like you, you're caught. You know what I mean? And
Then,
so
then, then everybody's gonna know.
and then you can't come on, like you can't deposit it all at one place. You have to deposit it slowly. You can't walk into the Bentley dealer with $400,000. Like, I want to buy a Bentley. Like, you can't do any of that nonsense. You got to be smart about it.
Some people would though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not smart. You have to be smart about it. You cannot deposit. They're gonna immediately be like, "Where did you get this money
Red
from?"
flag.
Calling the cops immediately. So you have to do it slowly. You have to buy small stuff. You have to do small deposits, spread it out, various banks. Yeah,
Okay.
I got it planned out. I got this planned
I
out.
see. I see. All right, we're gonna move on to two other topics, which I think is one of them. I think she's a little bit shady. Tia.
Oh,
Tia, how she approached her ex husband on the red carpet the other day is like when she saw him, she was like, should
yeah,
I say something, hug something? And he was like, I don't want to mess nothing up now,
yeah.
just
I
based
know
on the face and everything. But I'm blaming her. Like she's the cause of all of this.
that was
One blank.
so unnecessarily weird. That whole and I I don't know. And I guess I'm just different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was married to somebody for 14 years and we got divorced and we had two small children, there would never be a time that I would see you out in public and I didn't still have enough love for you to be able to at least give you a hug.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Like we have children together, small children, not adult children. We have maybe I think their daughter is like maybe 5.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
And and you mean to tell me that all of that love you had for the 14 years is completely gone? Like you don't even see this person. You know what I mean? Like that is still the father of your children. That is still the mother of your children. You
Mm-hmm.
can't even hug each other, like and
It's like
mean
a
it because it was like
word
that. They literally
hug.
did like a one-arm church hug, and I was like,
Yeah.
really? And it was just I don't know. To me, that's just weird. If I got children with somebody and we were together that long, it didn't work out fine. But like we got kids, and so I'm gonna always love you, not have love. I'm gonna always love you, and and care about you and your well-being enough to give you a
Mm-hmm.
hug. So people are weird. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
people are
I just
weird.
I just look at her weird. I just give her side eye. I'm like, and then you know
Yeah,
what I said?
yeah.
Like all the other people that she's about to talk to or want to get busy with, they're gonna look at her weird too.
It's funny too because I'm actually a fan of her and her sister,
I
and
am too.
so but I do agree with you on this. I do think it's her.
I think so
I
too.
do think I think she wanted that divorce because it looked like she wanted to go out there and live her best life
Mm-hmm.
and whatever she wanted to do, which she's entitled to, whatever the case may be. But again, I still don't think that it should have been some awkward interaction like the way it was. It was weird to me.
So Kofi, she and her husband got a divorce because she said that I guess she was falling out of love or wasn't feeling him anymore and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
they separated, and then she filed for divorce and for the kids. So, and she's just been on some weird stuff. So that's essentially why they got divorced. And it was
Yeah.
a big thing. And he didn't
Yeah.
cheat on her. He didn't do nothing. He was just being loving, supporting husband. And
Yeah.
I guess she wanted something else. But
To her defense, she is entitled to it.
true.
Right? If she's not feeling it, if she's not feeling it, she is entitled to bounce. She is, right? Because we always tell
Hmm.
people don't stay someplace where you're unhappy, right? Whatever the reason was, she was unhappy, whatever. But still, the awkwardness that was just weird,
Hmm.
right? Like if he was like beating you up or something, or he cheated on you, I would see. But both of you have kind of made it clear that none of that stuff happened. And so if none of that stuff happened, what is so weird about seeing your baby mama or your baby daddy, your ex-wife, on a red carpet and like I would have genuinely like, oh hey, like what's up? Like they would just like, hey, like church hug, one arm, like the
Hmm.
auntie, hey, how you doing type of thing. It's just weird to me.
Yeah. All right, we're going to jump to this one because we only have like 4 minutes before we come to the end. Um, this right here. Um, it's very interesting to me. Um, she is a 39. And her husband, well, boyfriend is 22. Now, what if it was the other way around, where she was 22 and he was 39?
Yeah.
Um,
We've talked
it's
about this story. We've talked about something like this before, but the other way around. So
Mhm.
she has been dating 21-year-old basketball star Jalen Green since like August. And everyone was already side-eyeing her to begin with about this whole
Mhm.
thing. And but clearly now she's 7 months pregnant, which means, and I'm not a math genius, but she got pregnant early on if they've only been dating since August. Right. And so she she has a son his age. She only has one kid. She has a son, and he's 21.
Mm-mm-mm.
And so your future baby daddy and your son are the exact same age. When you started dating this boy, because I'm sorry, when they started dating, he was maybe 20. So when you started dating this boy, you never looked at him and looked at your son and was like, what am I doing?
I think she just saw dollar signs.
I just don't understand people. You can see fine, you can see dollar signs, but see dollar signs with an actual adult. He's still a kid. He's literally a kid. Because I'm pretty sure if you ask her about her son, he's a kid. I bet you money, he's a kid to her. I
But
bet you.
this one here is a grown up because she's having grown man and woman conversation and doing adult things.
It's like you said, she just saw a dollar sign. She's 39 going on 40. So she's going to have a baby with him. So she's locked down child support until she's pushing 60, right? So she's good. Let's be honest.
And she
Let's
looks
be
like the type
honest.
that will demand child support too.
No, she most definitely she was on Basketball Wives. She dated another basketball player to begin with. That's how she ended up on Basketball Wives. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Mm-mm-mm.
And so, and again, he's a kid, so he didn't know better. He didn't know, oh, you can like, walk around with Dre, but don't do that. Like,
Mhm.
nah, don't. She's not gonna be a baby mama.
Where's their his family? Well, I guess they
You,
may have said something, but
but
she didn't.
when you now rich and you young, what are you gonna say to you? What are you gonna say to your kid? Because I'm pretty sure he's probably taking care of his parents, so your parents ain't gonna piss him off because you ain't cutting me off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so,
Mm-mm-mm.
but anyway, to me personally, I think it's disgusting because it was the other when Marcus Houston was married that 19-year-old girl, and she had a baby at
Mhm.
20. Everyone was calling him every name under the sun, and you know the names that they call him. I'm not gonna say it, but they was calling him all of those names. So and
Mhm.
you have to give her the same energy. She's in the same. Just because she's a woman and she's pretty and she's Drea Michelle from Basketball Wives, people give them passes. Nah.
Well, we will definitely pick up on this for next week's show because I have a lot more that I would say too, but we have officially run out of time. I want to thank everyone for joining. Thank you, Kofi, for joining us today, and those
Yeah.
who popped in and popped out.
Yeah.
If you haven't gone, go ahead and subscribe to us on our Instagram and our Facebook and YouTube page. We will see you all next week, Saturday. That's our
Yes.
new time that we are testing out because sometimes throughout the week things are getting a little bit hectic. So, thank you very much, Kofi. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yes, we'll definitely see you next week, and then we have a lot more to talk about. We have the Oscars coming up tomorrow, so we have a lot more to say. So, any
And
final words?
yeah, before we go, thank you to I believe it was the 1,600 people who watched the show after the fact. I think 3 weeks ago, our last show. So thank you guys. And so I'm pretty sure you guys are going to tune in after the fact and watch the show. So also you people are going to tune in now. Like, I'm glad or I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes. All right. Thank you all, and we will see you next week, same time, same place. All righty. Bye.